Next question that we have is, how does a schedule help you manage your construction trades? So how does that work?
Well, it holds them accountable. Pick on a framer again here. If you ask the framer, how long is it going to take to build my house, and they say 4 weeks, you start scheduling things roughly scheduling things, because weather affects everything, but roughly around how long it should take. So if you're 2 weeks in and your framer's still on the main floor, better start lighting a fire.
Exactly.
Under the framer, not on the house.
And not on the house.
Yeah. You got to kind of hold them. Have to hold them accountable. You've got a schedule to maintain. They need to be able to understand that and appreciate that. And you're not asking anything unrealistic. You're holding them to a schedule that they supplied and they agreed upon. Same thing with your plumber. How long does it take to get the groundworks in? 3 days? Perfect. If after 3 days they haven't shown up, you don't have a good plumber.
No.
You don't have a reliable plumber.
Yeah.
But your schedule is based on what they supply, so you need to hold their feet to the fire and hold them accountable.
That's right.
Otherwise, why do you have a schedule, and your goal of having that home built in 6 months is just a pipe dream.
That's right. It's pie in the sky. It's Disneyland. It's unicorns.
Yeah.
And rainbows. So now we've kind of already shared this, but what are the pitfalls of not keeping the schedule tight?
Time is money. It's your time away. It's your time out of your dream house. If it's an investment property, timing for an investment property. Like if you're building a duplex by the university and you want to rent it to students, and it's going to be finished in October, all those students are living somewhere already.
Too late.
You're hoping for the December, January, the winter rush. So your house is probably going to sit vacant for a while. You've missed the spring rush.
Holding costs?
Yep, holding costs. You got a vacant house with insurance and everything like that. Same thing with new home construction. Ask any realtor, more homes sold in the summer than in the winter. So you miss that window, you're same thing, carrying costs and waiting. If you're living with your in-laws and you want to be out of there in 6 months and your home is delayed, that'll put a little bit of stress on the relationship there.
Just a bit.
Christmas
won't be as nice. Christmas will be kind of awkward.
You might not get that invitation even if you're living in the house.
That's when you leave for
vacation.
For vacation.
Or you send them somewhere, I've been told.
And the other thing, Andrew, that we've talked about before is when you don't keep your schedule tight, is you're going to tick off your trades.
Well, and right. Not keeping a tight schedule, you risk running a really long schedule. So if you if it's a busy season in construction and you're trying to get someone that's seasonal or that does a lot more work in the summer, like if you got a framers, like we book up in the summer very quickly, and you're telling me you're going to be ready July 11th, and I'm basing my schedule on, okay, well, I'm going to be done, like we're going to be done this one on probably the 10th or 11th, so a couple days for rain. Yeah, we'll be on your house. We might be a day behind there, but we're good to go. And I call you a week before we're supposed to be on your job, and we're a week away from completing ours. We're bang on schedule, and you're still at permitting foundation stage. I'm bumping you, and I'm taking another client that's ready to go. And if that's a 5-week contract and you're going to be ready 2 weeks late, your house is sitting for 2.5 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
If you want me as the framer, or you're finding another one, and it snowballs. You've got your excavator that's got his machine sitting there waiting to backfill, and you want the main floor on before you backfill. And he's going, look, when is your framer coming? You tell him 5 weeks. He goes, I'm moving my machine. I've got more basements to dig. And then after your city inspection's good to go, your excavator's in the middle of an excavation. He pushes you 2 weeks, and everyone pushes you 2 weeks. And the plumber, is ready for roughing. He gets a nice big contract at the Kate's building, and he's gone for 6 weeks. All of a sudden, you're 6-month build, and you're 6 months in, and you're at drywall stage. So not running a tight ship can really snowball out of control fast.
And that's why you want to have good people on the project. You want to get your stuff scheduled, starting off with Quality Connect.
Yeah.
And everything's going to go smoother. You're going to save money, save time. You're not going to tick people off. Now, the last question is, how does the time of year affect the building process?
In the winter, you got to heat it. In the winter, you got to heat the concrete. You can't get frost underneath there. You can't pour a basement. You can't pour concrete on frozen ground. So you got to have your excavator and your footing guy timed up nicely. So he scrapes that last little bit of dirt out. You get that cribbed up and poured, so you're not pouring on frozen ground. And then you're heating it, and that's renting a heater. That's paying the gas bill, paying the propane bill, however you're heating it. It takes longer, you know. Sometimes you get a really lovely summer with a whole lot of rain, and your house just sits. You've got a really nice swimming pool with a motor on the outside.
Yeah, I mean,
there's nothing you can do. You can throw a pump in there and pump it out, and it's going to flow in pretty much just as fast, and all you're doing is burning gas. So
that's it.
The time of year definitely affects the exterior to get the house, you know, get the shingles on, to lock up, you know, siding in and the house heated, and then you're good to go. Then you're on the inside. Same thing though, you have to heat the inside once you're complete. Like, you can't have a drywaller taping in -20 inside the house. He needs it warm. He's not just, you know, being a princess. He actually needs it warm for his tape. Unfortunately,
it's not going to dry.
Yeah, unfortunately, the cold sometimes affects interior trades, which, as a builder, when you start building, you will see this come through. Is, for some reason, your flooring guy can't install the flooring because it's -25 outside, even though it's inside a heated building, and the flooring's been inside the heated building for 3 weeks. It's -25. It's too cold to work, even though he's an inside guy. Yeah, you'll experience that if you're.
Yeah, you've been in the trades anytime you find the princesses, the prima donnas, the ones who are, it's a little bit uncomfortable for me outside and I can't start my truck, so I'm going to make up a story that, yeah, the house is just unacceptable for me to work in.
Yeah, that's always the fun stuff. So yeah, the time of year will affect it. Then you also have seasonal holdbacks. So if you finish the house in February, you're not pouring the driveway. That's reality.
Yeah.
So you will have to come back in the spring, you know, in May or June, depending on what kind of spring we're having here, and pour the driveway and sidewalk sometimes. Sometimes that's just the way it is. If you're pouring a garage on a front attached house, you're going to have to heat it in the winter to thaw it out. That's just the way it is. That's just added cost, added time.
That's it.
Yeah, time and money.
Time and money. So you guys are going to be thinking about this before you get started. What time of year do you want to start? Because what time of year do you want to finish? It's all things that you have to be considering when you're doing a new build or renovation or infill homes in Edmonton. Any of those things, you got to be thinking about it. That's all we've got for today, folks. I hope you've enjoyed it, got some good information out of this, and it's going to help you with your building project. Use Quality Connect.
Yes.
And if you like what you saw, give us a thumbs up, and we'll catch you guys next time.